Episode 1 of Solo Leveling Season 2 begins with Jaina calling Jinwoo while he's resting in bed. Jaina reminds Jinwoo that she has a parent-teacher meeting today. Jinwoo and Jaina attend Jaina's parent-teacher meeting. Jaina's teacher praises Jaina for her achievements. Jinwoo tells Jaina's teacher that he wouldn't let Jaina become a hunter if she awakened. Later, Jinwoo meets with Song-yi, the E-rank hunter he and Jinho recruited in Season 1. Song-yi learns that Jinwoo is Jaina's brother. Song-yi tells Jinwoo she's not quitting the hunter business. Jinwoo understands and asks Song-yi to accompany him somewhere. Next, Dong-soo meets Woo at an airport. Dong-soo tells Woo he's here to annihilate Jinwoo and Jinho. Later, Go and Choi discuss the creatures Choi's group spotted during their trip to Jeju Island. Meanwhile, Jinwoo and Song-yi meet On and Hyun at a dungeon gate. On introduces Song-yi and Jinwoo to Kim Chul, an A-rank hunter, known for being a tanker. They want Jinwoo and Song-yi to observe Chul's group in action. As Jinwoo and Chul's group enter the gate turns red, and bad things happen. Jinwoo tells On to contact the assault team. Baek learns about the gate issue and says he'll be there immediately. Jinwoo and the others find themselves in a wintry area. Jinwoo tells Song-yi they've entered a red gate. He says entering a red gate leads folks to a dungeon that'll make them lose contact with the outside world. Jinwoo says they must defeat the dungeon's boss to escape. Several ice elves, ice slayers, kill 2 hunters and toy with Jinwoo and the others. Chul tells everyone to split into 2 groups. He only wants C-rank hunters and above to travel with him. A high-rank female hunter, Park Hee-jin, joins Jinwoo's group. Hee-jin thinks Jinwoo isn't an E-rank hunter since he saved Song-yi from a fast-moving projectile. Chul and Jinwoo's groups part ways. The former's group spots ice bear marks on a tree. Chul thinks Jinwoo's group won't survive. As Chul ponders, he and his group confront a trio of ice bears. At the same time, Hee-jin stops Jinwoo and warns him about the ice bear's markings. Jinwoo is not concerned about the ice bears. He gives his team coats from his log's inventory. Jinwoo asks everyone not to ask questions or demand things from him. As an ice bear approaches Jinwoo's group, Baek observes the red gate. Baek can't tamper with it and suggests they hold out hope for Chul. Dong-soo arrives and says he wants to meet Jinwoo. Jinwoo defeats many ice bears. Song-yi and the others eat and discuss Jinwoo's capabilities. Jinwoo visits several ice bears' homes and summons Igris and his shadow army. He commands his shadow army to fight the ice bears. The ice bear boss arrives and defeats Jinwoo's shadow army. Jinwoo orders Igris to defeat an ice bear boss. Igris defeats the boss and Jinwoo congratulates Igris. Meanwhile, Chul's group struggles against some ice slayers. Many of Chul's men beg him to save them. Chul flees and lets his remaining ally perish. The episode ends with a shot of an ice slayer grinning. Solo Leveling has returned. This chapter shows Jinwoo utilizing his Shadow Monarch skills in action. In the meantime, this episode provides audiences with a fine contrast between Jinwoo and Chul's leadership standards. Where Chul only looks out for himself, Jinwoo shows his allies some form of care. It's a nice way to remind folks that Jin was not just a powerful lead, but a caring one. At the same time, Dong-soo re-enters the narrative and is on the hunt for Jinwoo and Jinho. Even if Jinwoo and his allies escape, Jinwoo may have to rumble with Dong-soo afterward. While some fans may have wanted more build-up to that altercation, others may be eager to see how it'll go. Moreover, the episode gives audiences insight into what happened with Choi's reconnaissance mission at Jeju Island. Hopefully, future episodes share more information about that. But all in all, this was a fine showcase from Solo Leveling Season 2. The animation remains delightful and it's great seeing Jinwoo utilize his new powers.